decide whether to order a grid or not, they want us to deliver it yesterday. We don't get time to do it. They mention many things. What I'm saying is, it is not inherent in our culture that people cannot produce excellence. We have often in temples, we have often in mosques, we have Ahmedabad ki Jadi jo hai, Sayyid ki Jadi. It's beautiful, you know. We have produced excellence for centuries, for millennia. Excellence is easy, mediocrity.
I think one thing I believe a lot in is vulnerability. Just being able to be who I am at this place in my life and having the people around me know that. So sitting on the panel right now, I feel okay with the audience getting inside my head and understanding that I'm thinking about all the questions that you're asking, and I'm hearing these two incredible men speak, and I'm feeling very small. No, I'm feeling, no, but really, like, and it's good. I think it's good for me. It makes me think a lot about, do I have enough conviction in some of the questions that you're asking? Why am I struggling? What's resonating with me? This idea of living in the moment. But for me, that's been a big part of my belief that it's okay. If I'm here right now, I'm here right now, and can I reach out to the people around me so that they know that this is where I am right now, and it's a journey. Yeah.
I wanted to ask about compromise, because each of you talked very passionately about your beliefs and how you'd never give that up. But say you do compromise. So Anshu's always said that you would never compromise on that right. But if you were to for any other thing, is that inherently bad if you compromise on your beliefs?
Yeah, I think so. Now it is a complicated question. I think it depends a lot on the situation out here. But in the life, the way, say, I think I personally operate, I can talk about myself only. I always tell people that you should know what you do not want to do or what you will not do, instead of saying what you will do. So, in any case, and a simple example is that when you even sit on the computer, try to work on the file and all, first of all you declutter, So I think that's how I operate. Also, we should have, to a very large extent, we should know that what are the negotiables in your life and what are the non-negotiables in your life. I think I am pretty clear about it as on date. Individually, family-wise, and also the work-wise. I mean, if I divide it in 2-3 parts. So that is the reason that the situation of compromise hardly comes. It's very simple. Because you have your conviction, you know that instead of compromising on certain things, you need to work hard, you need to work around to make sure that you don't compromise. Just because you know what are the negotiables and what are the non-negotiables. So we have been able to, till date we have been able to do that. And since you build up your own history, you build up your own records, you build up your own confidence in dealing with things in a certain manner, in future it becomes much easier for you to fight with any such situation. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, it's very, very similar. I think there's just something inside that tells me when something doesn't feel right, and those are the things that I just won't do. It's not worth it to me to go to sleep with something inside me that just doesn't feel right. It could be a very small thing, it could be a big thing, but just learning to listen more to what do I believe is okay for me to do and not okay for me to do, and then when I overstep that line, how can I reverse that? How can I apologize? How can I have a greater awareness not to do that the next time? But there are very few things that I do in my life that feel like compromises.
And you should be brave enough to say no, and you should be humble enough to accept your mistake and say sorry. I think that's what If you know these two things, the life again becomes very simple.
I will give an example of a compromise that I made sometimes and a compromise that I don't make. Last term, there were eight students who violated a rule that I had in my class, which is that you should never put any statement in your work by cutting and pasting without quotation mark and citation. Many students do that, unfortunately. And I wish teachers will remember this, because inserting somebody else's thought in your work without proper citation and without proper quotation mark is a crime. In academic world, it is a crime. So there were 8 students who committed this crime. I should have given them F grade, because that was a violation of the fundamental principle. I gave them D actually. Let them pass. With a promise from each one of them that they will never do that again. That was a compromise. I must admit. It is based on me, but I must admit honestly in a public place that was a compromise. But I will not compromise with. I give A grades to only those who teach me something new, which I didn't know. I will not compromise on this. Nobody can get A grade from me if they don't teach me something I didn't know. And that, I think, teachers should learn.
In fact, just this time we were looking at getting our exams done. We said the one thing that we've learned is that maps very early on, used to be made by explorers that would venture out, and dangerous territory where explorers had not gone would be mapped with a dragon face. I say that's danger territory, please don't go there. We were just talking to the children that it's only those who slay the dragons that have gone on to explore. So we're saying that any assessment is pretty much an endorsement or information for us about all the map that you were familiar with, the familiar destinations you've explored. But we will be offering you a map of slaying the dragon. One thing that you had no idea, but would you be brave enough to explore that and tell us that you know you can be those explorers? So in a way, taking it from your cue. So I think we've come to a wonderful space where it's time, like in every chat show, to have a rapid fire. Okay, this is the fun part. Yeah, and Ninad has poured many long hours working on this rapid fire. So he'll have one question and I will have a question, and you can't think too long. Okay? Just whatever comes to your mind, you just have to say it. Ninad, would you like to start with the first one?
Yeah, I'll start here. Between kindness and courage, which value do you value more?
Kindness.
Sir, how would you not want to be remembered?
Courage.
No. You also say.
How can I
We all say the same. Yes. Oh, okay, kindness and courage. Just get them all.
So, courage.
So kindness and courage.
Kindness.
And you?
Correct.
Okay. How would you not like to be remembered?
As a non-doer.
Sir?
Somebody who ducked the question.
Someone who hurt people.
Sorry.
Someone who hurt people.
What is the one book you would save from a bonfire?
The Little Prince.
Magnificent obsession.
I think I'll act on this suggestion.
Okay. If a movie were made on you, who would you like to play you?
I would like to play my role.
No.
I'm not allowed.
You're watching it and then people are saying, "Arey yaar, kya lifetime." You have to be watching that. So who will be playing your role?
I don't know anybody.
Arey, Amitabh Bachchan is already taken.
Okay. Huh?
George Clooney.
Nasiruddin Shah? Nasiruddin Shah is close, or Wasim Arsi, that, what's the name? The young boy? Arshad Bhatt.
Arshad Bhatt. Okay, continue.
Yes. So her name is Priyanka. She's one of my kids.
What song is currently a mood song?
Mood song.
What? Yeah. Yeah, right now.
No, what's playing?
Yeah, what's playing on your phone, iPod, whatever?
Like right now, the I Can song is playing there.
What song is playing on your iPhone called thing right now?
Actually, there's no song on my iPhone. But I love songs, and I love music, and I love when it's sad song.
Oh,
And I don't want to rap for that song for you, but that's what I hear most. When I'm alone, and when I'm in pensive mood, and I need to charge myself.
a sad song to charge yourself.
So, nothing on mobile and iPod, but all-time favorite is मैं जिंदगी का साथ निभाता चला.
But I got it. Got it. Don't worry. We are doing it.
मैं जिंदगी का साथ निभाता चला गया, हर फिक्र को धुएं में उड़ाता चला गया.
Okay. We have this unique opportunity of inviting anybody we wanted for dinner, from history, from anybody. 2 people, Shahid, you would invite for your dream dinner dates. 2.
I think I'd invite Bono from U2. And I think I'd invite Gandhiji.
I'll invite Sukumar Ray. How many of you know the name of who is Sukumar Ray? Some of you know that. He wrote a book called Kabul, where it's a book of absurd poetry. Every child should be taught that book. Absurd poetry, Kabul, father of Satyajit Ray. So I would like to have Sukumar Ray.
1.
And the second, I have to have 2 people. Meena Kumari.
Oh. Meena Kumari. Drama queen. Dukhi queen. Dukhi songs.
दुखी क्यों है अभी पता चला.
So, first is again Amitabh Bachchan. and my thing is very simple. I love all kind of useless fights. I'm too passionate about those movies where you see blood and all this stuff. It's straight, but that's total action. And that too when the Ghoda and the Dharmendra kind,